What are the most profitable businesses? I'm Neal. I see businesses all day as a practicing intermediary. I look at a lot of books, and this is what everybody wants, right? The profitable business, one that's thrown off cash flow. So today, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I see for profitable, for not profitable businesses, and I hope that you take some value here. It's the mid 2020s, and what the trend that we're seeing right now are service firms, right? There's this fear of Amazon. I want an Amazon-proof business. I want a boring business, as they say, something that's tried and true. In service firms, think HVAC, electrical, plumbing, they continue to be very, very profitable. And it's because you're selling labor, right? There's no widgets, there's no markup, and that makes them they can be very profitable. I'll throw into that professional service firms, so doctors, lawyers, dentists, firms that are trading on people's time of professionals, they tend to charge even more, right? They may have more regulatory issues. Think about all the insurance and equipment and other higher salaries that you may have if you're running a dental office or a medical office of some sort. And you're in a very specialized business, and you have fewer business buyers. But if we're talking about home service businesses or business to business type services that you only have to be a contractor, or the barrier to entry is lower, these service firms continue to be very profitable. And it comes down to the term elasticity. Elasticity is an economic term. Basically, it's just when prices go up, how likely are people to say, no, thank you, or are they just going to pay it? Quick story. My in-laws had their electrical panel go out on a really cold day, and they couldn't run their heat. When I called the electrician, do you think I was price sensitive about getting them out there and getting them to fix our in-laws' heat? I was worried about their health. There was a high elasticity of price there when it came to their services. And that's what the service professionals are really enjoying right now. That, in addition to, there's fewer of them out there. Everybody wants to be behind their computers. So there's fewer of these high quality service businesses. There's a long wait to get these services. So people tend to pay more because they have to, because of the availability of these types of services. So professional service firms and any type of B2B type or a home service firm continue to be very, very profitable businesses. I'll add to that, another profitable business are technology businesses. If you think about businesses that have created some type of online software and it runs all day and there's not a person that's trading hours for that time, they tend to be very profitable. When they add a new customer, it doesn't cost more money, doesn't cost more man hours. So they tend to have high margins. Consider, if you're looking to buy a technology type of business, what is the IP protected? Typically, these people have spent a lot of money on R&D. I have a friend who's built a technology company. He's spent tens of thousands of hours on research and development to write the code for it. So there's a hidden cost there in research and development to build out these technology companies. Not to mention, you have to have technological skills, right? So that not everybody has those, but any type of IT tech service firm tends to have really, really high margin because basically just not moving widgets. Retail, and this is coming from somebody who ran a retail business, is extremely low margin. Unless you're selling something that nobody else has, it's proprietary. Maybe you make it, and there's high demand for it. You're fighting a global fight. It's no longer, the general store is going out of business, so they can buy it anywhere in the world and have it shipped to them overnight. Retail is really, really tough and low margin. Non-profitable business in most cases. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, we talked about professional firms, talked about service firms. I would say look inside of the business for high margin, profitable parts of the business. Here's what I mean by that. I know a roofer. Roofing in itself is pretty profitable, but the owner was sharing with me that recently they added some, for lack of a better term, we'll call it upselling, so that customers already agreed to buy a roof. But when they come out to install the roof, they have estimators there for the siding, for the stuff that's rotten underneath the roof, for the windows. Basically all this stuff where they're already there, they've already got the resources committed to do the roofing job. They can add on products and the margin is much, much higher for these add-on services. My point is that within profitable businesses, there's even more profitable sectors on the income statement. And if you're a business owner, you can pay attention to what's making you more money than others. So it's not necessarily is the business is one category profitable, but what are the categories within the category that may be profitable? Before I wrap up, I just want to share one more thing from looking at a million P&Ls, and that is that some businesses look really profitable, but it's because they're not spending enough money. And often it comes down to the labor. If you're looking to buy a business and the owner works 80 hours a week, or maybe they work 40 or 60 hours a week, but they're just extremely skilled at what they do. I see this all the time where business owners prepare to sell. They can't find labor or they get sick of paying people to do it. They do it themselves. And there's a hidden cost of labor and nobody else can run that business as profitable as they can. I talked about this in a diligence content piece that I did earlier, but they call it benchmarking. Look at the amount of expenses per revenue as a KPI when you're comparing businesses, the subject business you're looking at to other businesses and how they spend their money. You want to make sure that the proper allocation is going to labor, because ultimately you're either selling product or service. And if the service is the owner and you're becoming the owner and you're not as effective, may not be as profitable. If you have to hire someone else to do what the previous owner was doing, may not be as profitable for you. We see that a lot, so keep an eye out for that. Everybody wants to own a profitable business. These are some of the things that I see as an intermediary, looking at a bunch of books. I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know what else you want to learn about. I'm Neal Isaacs, the Raleigh business broker. I talk about stuff like this all the time on this channel. Let me know if you have questions about a deal. Contact me, direct message me. We'll talk about that offline. Otherwise, share your thoughts and comments below. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Maha.